0-1 pitch is fastball high, 1-1. One pitch in the eyes of Garza, who has to twist around to keep from getting hit. 2-1. Runner goes. Fastball is low. Throw down is into center field. Williams thought. 3-1 now to Garza with the runner at second. It should have been third. Eriksen. Welcome back. John Brewer and Randy Edwards with FridayNightGlory.com. Bringing you some quality UIL playoff baseball. It'll be Nicholas Burlbaugh, the 8-hitter, leading it off for the Mustangs here, who are still in search of their first run of the day in this second game of what amounts to a doubleheader. Burlbaugh fouls one back. 0-1. Hunter Greenwell in the on-deck circle. He'll be followed by Sutton Stokes, the top of the order. 0-1 delivery is a fastball strike, 0-2. Josh, who's at third now, started this game for South Grand Prairie, struggled with his control and was in constant trouble, but the Mustangs couldn't get that critical hit that you need to score runs. Burlbaugh with a check swing holds back, and it is 1-2. Burlbaugh with the sharp single through the left side in his first at bat in the second inning. One-two pitch is a curveball that gets by the glove of catcher Jackson Duke. Two-two pitch is a curveball, strike three. Caught Burlbaugh looking there. Nicholas knew it. He did not offer any complaint. He walked straight back to the dugout. Nice pitch by Tony Garza. A curveball to Hunter Greenwell stays just outside. It is 1-0. Mustangs need a spark. Offense has not been doing the job today. Fastball inside and to the backstop. 2-0. Pitch is a fastball strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Again, back to the top of the order after Greenwell in Sutton Stokes, who has reached base both times today. Hitters count for Hunter Greenwell, who grounded out to short in the second inning. That off Josh Steven. This is versus Tony Garza now. Fastball hits the outside corner. Strike two. 2-2. 0-2 pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Mike Gonzalez made a nice attempt at that one, but it got just over his head and into center, where Benny Emmons returned it to the infield, but Hunter Greenwell is aboard with another base hit. So 1 out, 1 on, and back to the top of the order in junior Sutton Stokes, who gets the start in left field. Curveball high, 1-0. Stokes figured to be the opening day starter in center field, but with that foot injury, that opened the door for Burke Wahlberg, the sophomore, who has played prominently here in the Mustang success this year. So nice to have a healthy Sutton Stokes back to join Wahlberg in the outfield today in this ever important game. 2-0 count to Stokes now. Fastball down, 3-0. Scoreboard says 2-0. I have 3-0. We'll see if the umpire shows. Yep, 3-0. Fastball, strike at the knees on the inside corner. Stokes was on his way to first base again, much like his last at bat. Thought that was down, but the umpire says, no sir, you're still batting. So 3-1 count. Fastball hits the outside corner. Generous strike zone by the home plate umpire here. The count is full to Stokes. Garza fires over to Crotchmer, but Greenwell is back in safely. Runner goes, and a foul back by Stokes. Stokes saw 5 pitches in his initial 2 at-bats, and he will see his 7th pitch here. As I mentioned, he is a fighter, as evidenced by the fact that he'll see his 7th pitch here. Full count. Garza checks the runner, deals. Called strike 3. On the knees, some tough calls there.
Now batting number 16
against Stokes.
Eriksen.
So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up shortstop Wyatt Eriksen. Fastball lined up the middle and through for a base hit. Runner will have to stay at second, Hunter Greenwell, but a base hit up the middle for Wyatt Eriksen. So 2 aboard. Again, the Mustangs have had 2 runners aboard in all 4 innings now. Just haven't been able to get over the top and push anything across. They'll have yet another opportunity here. It'll be the DH, Ben Kessler, coming to the plate this time. Kessler walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Big opportunity for the junior here in the top of the 4th. Fastball down, gets away from Duke. Runner goes, and Duke fake to throw it to third, and wisely kept it in his coffers, as I think he had no shot there. But Greenwell and Eriksen move up a bag, and it is now a 1-0 count to Kessler. Bo Rogers, the catcher, is in the on-deck circle. One 0 count is low, 2-0. Two 0 count. Fly ball down the right field line, twisting beyond the gates. So a long strike. 2-1 count to Kessler. One pitch is a curveball, grounded just foul down the line at third. 2-2 to Kessler. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Ben Kessler at the plate. It's a curveball swung on and missed. Nice curveball by Tony Garza, who strikes out the side. We're halfway through this one, folks. South Grand Prairie 1, J.J. Pearce nothing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the campus of South Grand Prairie High. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Warriors lead it 1-0 in this third and deciding game in the first round of the playoffs here. Cole Crotchmer leads it off. Landry is low with the ball. Pitch is way outside, 2-0. Crotchmer singled and scored the only run in this ball game in the second inning. He fouls one back here, 2-1. playing first base for the Warriors in Game 2 here, has spent a decent amount of time taunting the Mustang bench and their fans after third out. So he takes a fastball strike here, 2-2. Fastball low to fill the count. Three-two pitch is outside, and Crotchmer is aboard with a leadoff walk. It's the third baseman, Josh Stephen, who lays one down. Jet Errington comes in, scoops, throws it across the diamond. So it's a sacrifice bunt. Crotchmer makes his way to second base. One down now. That'll bring up the catcher, Jackson Duke. Fastball strike from Drew Landry, 0-1 to Jackson Duke. Duke grounded out to third in the second inning. Now bats with a runner in scoring position here in the fourth. Fastball low from Landry. 1-1. 1-1 pitch is fouled back. In the distance, the Mustangs have a couple of pitchers warming up. It looks like the righty Jackson Weiss and senior Gavin Gold. Big swing and a miss from Jackson Duke, and he is down on strike. So two down now. That'll bring up the DH, Alec Guerrero. Guerrero batting for Benny Emmons, who is playing center field for the Warriors today. He lifts one high into the Texas sky, and it is foul. With the Mustang offense struggling like it is, you just get the feeling that the runner on second is very important here. Fastball strike on the outside corner. 0-2 to Guerrero. Guerrero had an RBI single, the only run that's been scored in this game. Guerrero knocked it in. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So Drew Landry, finding his groove, shuts the Warriors down after a leadoff walk. And through 4 innings, the score is South Grand Prairie 1, J.J. Pearce nothing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to South Grand Prairie High School, folks. John Brewer and Randy Edwards with FridayNightGlory.com. We thank you for following along in this third and decisive game. The winner of this one will move on, I believe, to face South Lake, and I'm only saying that because I saw a couple of South Lake scouts sitting in the stands moments ago. So I'm going to assume, that can get you in trouble, but I'm going to assume that that's who the winner of this ball game will face. It'll be the junior catcher Bo Rogers to face Tony Garza here to lead off the fifth inning. Garza misses just down with a fastball, 1-0. Rogers with a single in the first inning and then lined out to left center in the third inning. So he has hit the ball well. And at 2-0, he should get something pretty decent to hit here. So opportunity for Bo Rogers to jumpstart this Mustang offense, which has been dormant today. 2-0 delivery, fouled back. Mentioned earlier some chippiness between the fans. I think the police have that under control now. Line shot up the middle off the bat of Bo Rogers. And it is clear that Bo Rogers is seeing that baseball well today. And he collects his second hit of the game. Perhaps his best hit of the game was the one that was caught in left center. So Rogers has been swinging a good solid bat for the Mustangs. Mustangs need to capitalize here. That'll bring up the sophomore Burke Wahlberg, who just had a word with Coach Rumfield. Grand Prairie, South Grand Prairie, I should say, anticipating bunt here. Josh Stephen is about 10 feet in front of the bag and leaning forward. And a chopper to Garza, who throws to short, or second, I should say, to the shortstop. And they get the force out on the pinch runner, Brandon Winger. So one down. Wahlberg was not bunting after all, but he chopped one to the pitcher, who had time to take care of the runner at second base. So one out, one aboard. That brings up the third baseman, Jet Errington. It's a curveball that gets away from Jackson Duke, and Wahlberg thought about it but retreated. 1-0 to Errington, who has grounded out to second base and singled here today. 1-0 count to him. Fastball just off the plate, 2-0. Mustangs in bad need of a string of hits here, as they just haven't been able to push a run across. This is the 12th time they've come to the plate today and still no runs. Garza with a pickoff attempt at first. Wahlberg just back. 2-0 count. The sun now obscured by a cloud for just the second time today. And Garza fires low and outside. 3-0 to Errington. And a fastball strike now from Garza. Errington taking all the way. And now it is indeed confirmed that the winner of this game does draw the South Lake Dragons in the area round. Jay Armstrong, shout out to you, sir, for confirming that for Friday Night Glory and all of its fans. Thank you, sir. Count is now full to Eriksen as Garza has battled back. And the payoff pitch is a fastball just off the outside corner. And Eriksen is aboard for the second time today. And folks, for the fifth time in this ballgame, the Mustangs have had 2 runners aboard. Just haven't been able to get one across yet, but just one out here, and Preston Vincent coming to the plate. Walked in his first plate appearance and struck out swinging to end the third. Big opportunity for the senior here. Breeze has picked up, blowing straight in from center field. Fastball outside by Garza, 1-0. Count to Vincent, runners at first and second, 1 out. And Garza is down with a fastball. Throw down to third. Gets away from Josh Stephen, but is retrieved quickly by Tyler McShane. So the ball got away from Jackson Duke, but it caught a piece of the umpire and didn't go as far back to the backstop as you would have thought. So that play down at third was closer than you might have imagined, and the throw was a little bit low, and Stephen couldn't come up with it and make the tag on Wahlberg. So runners at second and third, and now a 2-0 count to Vincent. The force has been removed, and the Warrior infielders are now in, and another ball in the dirt. So 3-0 to Vincent. Big moment in this ball game, no doubt about it, folks. Mustangs haven't scored a run all day. They haven't given up but 2, and they are squarely in the middle of this one. The tie run just 90 feet away. 3-0 pitch to Vincent is a fastball that appeared to be low, but the home plate umpire called it a strike. So 3-1, Vincent was taking all the way there. He was 2 or 3 steps down toward first base when the home plate umpire called that a strike. So 3-1 delivery here. Fastball grounded to second. Gonzalez gloves, looks him back, and now the Mustangs are in a pickle. The first baseman, Cole Kretschmar, gets him in a box, but now the run comes home and scores. And the South Grand Prairie Warriors tag Eriksen out, or no, they say he's out of the baseline, but the question will be, did the tying run score prior to? And I absolutely believe it did, but I don't know how you figure that out without a replay. This is going to be a critical call in this ball game. And I do believe he did score before the final out was made, and Coach Art Sonato is in a heated discussion with the home plate umpire. I believe the Mustangs are, well, apparently they're saying, let me back up here. Now they're saying Jet Eriksen might have been safe at third. Now they say he is indeed out. So a crazy play, folks. So Preston Vincent grounds out to the second baseman. All craziness broke loose as both of the Mustang runners were within 20 feet of third base. The first baseman, Cole Kretschmar, ran toward the Mustang runners, and they eventually got the trail runner in a hot box. The lead runner came home and I do believe scored prior to them calling Jet Eriksen out of the base path. So that's what all 4 umpires are discussing now. I got to tell you, so Randy Edwards was able to look at the replay, and it was not close. He did indeed score, but we'll have to wait on the umpire's ruling. Folks, we are back. I had to try to get some clarity there. It has been correctly ruled as a run. So this ball game is tied 1-1, so a critical run for the Mustangs. And we are all knotted up at 1. The Mustang runner was Burke Wahlberg, and we are sitting in kind of a crow's nest on top of the press box with a very, very good view of the field, and I knew that indeed Burke Wahlberg had crossed home plate before Wyatt Eriksen was ruled out of the base paths at third. So kudos to the umpires who met and got the call correct. Art Sonato emphatically arguing that even after the call, but he will see when he sees the replay that the correct call was absolutely made there. So tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the fifth here. And it'll be the right fielder Colton Wilburn leading it off for South Grand Prairie. So Colton Wilburn, the right fielder for South Grand Prairie, will lead it off against Drew Landry. New ball game here, folks. Bottom 5, the Mustangs have fought back and tied it. First pitch swinging. Nice stab by Tyler Arrington, the sophomore, who was playing even with the bag and had to go airborne for that ball. What a play by the sophomore, and he throws a perfect strike to Burlbaugh at first base. The Mustangs with some momentum here for the first time today. So one down, nobody on, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Mike Gonzalez. You don't want him on the base paths. He is quicker than a hiccup. He'll take a ball here from Drew Landry. 1-0. Grounder up the middle, stabbed by Drew Landry, who underhands it to Burlbaugh. What a play by Drew Landry. So as has happened so many times this year, the Mustang defense making 2 outstanding plays here. And the winds are finally blowing the Mustangs' way here in the 5th inning of Game 2. Game 2 of the day, Game 3 overall. This is the deciding game. This is Garrett Williams, the leadoff hitter for South Grand Prairie, who has absolutely caused the Mustangs all kinds of headaches in this series. Grounded out to short to lead the game off, but singled in the 3rd. He bats again here against Landry with a 1-0 count and chops one foul, 1-1. Now the third base umpire asked to see the ball and exchanges it with a fresh baseball. Back to business. 1-1 to Garrett Williams. Tough hitter at the plate for the Warriors, and Drew Landry is about 15 feet behind Garrett Williams with an attempted curveball, I guess. That just slipped out of Drew's hand, obviously, and that was one of those Bob Uecker just a bit outside, except it was inside. So 2-1 count to Garrett Williams. Chopper, Arrington gloves it right at the bag, throws across the diamond. Got him! So the Mustang defense comes up big in the bottom of the 5th. Folks, we've decided nothing through 5. It's South Grand Prairie 1, J.J. Pearce 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 1-1 as we go to the top of the sixth. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters for J.J. Pearce. First baseman Nicholas Burrelbaugh will lead it off. Tony Garza still on the hill. Fastball low, 1-0. Garza struck out the side in the fourth. Ground ball, gloved by Josh Stephen. What a heck of a play by the young man. That was a sharply hit ball.
Now batting number 11, Hunter Greenwell.
Well done by Josh Stephen, who is the regular shortstop. Started on the mound in Game 3 here, but switched places with Tony Garza when Garza came in to pitch, and they left Tyler McShane, the player that started in center field in the first two games of this series. They left him in there at short. Bottom line, folks, is this South Korean Prairie team is very good on defense. Their pitching and defense is very solid. Curveball, base hit through the right side. Hunter Greenwell with his second hit of the ball game.
Now batting number 1, Sutton Stokes.
That'll bring up the junior Sutton Stokes, who is the left fielder today for Coach Rumfield. Stokes has reached twice today, struck out looking in the fourth on some really tough calls by the home plate umpire. He bats again here with one on and one down. Pop up to the shortstop, Tyler McShane. Easy play for McShane, and there are two down.
Now batting number 16, Wyatt Eriksen.
That'll bring up senior shortstop Wyatt Eriksen. Older brother Garrett was in attendance yesterday when Wyatt hit that walk-off bomb and was euphoric for his little brother. Great moment. Garrett was a 4-year varsity player here. Younger brother Wyatt offers at the first pitch and fouls it back. 0-1. Don't believe the Mustangs have had any extra base hits today. Wyatt Eriksen does lead this Mustang unit in extra base hits this year with 13. 9 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs. Of course, the big one in Game 1. He faces an 0-1 count here against Tony Garza. The 1 delivery is outside, 1-1. Pitching and defense today, folks. Pitching and defense. The Warriors win the first game today, 1-0. Just 2 runs scored here in the nightcap. 1-1 tie as we play here in the top of the 6th. Curveball is fouled back. One and 2 to Eriksen. Garrett Williams is playing Eriksen into left center. If Eriksen could pull one down the line, it would give Greenwell a chance to score. And the 1-2 pitch is low and outside, 2-2. 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. Gets away from Jackson Duke. Now throw down to second. And it's into the very shallow center field area. But McShane is there to scoop it up. But now Greenwell is in scoring position. And it's a full count to Eriksen. Boy, Wyatt Eriksen with another chance here to do some damage to the South Grand Prairie Warriors. Big moment in this game. Payoff pitch is outside and Eriksen is aboard. So runners at first and second now for the DH, Ben Kessler. Kessler walked in the first inning, made it around to third, but was eventually stranded there. Struck out swinging in the third and the fourth. Another opportunity for the young man now with 2 aboard and 2 out here in a tie game in the top of the 6th. Head coach Art Sonato is out on the mound talking to Jackson Duke and Tony Garza about how he wants to handle Kessler. Can't pitch around him. Bo Rogers has a hot bat today, no doubt about that. 2 for 3, and the only out was a sharply hit ball into the gap that was gloved by Benny Emmons. So 2 outs, 2 aboard. We are back to business here. Garza versus Kessler in a big moment in this ball game. First pitch, base hit. No, it's gloved by Josh Stephen. What a play. He couldn't do anything with it, but that was a really fine play by Josh Stephen to keep that ball in the infield. I think both fan bases are happy with that one. That you had to hold your breath if you're South Grand Prairie there, as if it gets into left, there's a decent chance that Hunter Greenwell is going to score there. But he had to hold up as Josh Stephen made a nice diving stab of that one, kept it in the infield. It's a hit all the way for Kessler, and the bases are now loaded with 2 outs, and that brings up Bo Rogers, and he takes a fastball strike. Not sure you'd rather have anyone up than this kid right here, right now, as he's been swinging a good bat today. 0-1 to Bo Rogers. Bases are loaded. Curveball chopped. Foul. So 0-2 count to Rogers. We'll see if Garza comes right after him or wastes a pitch or 2. (0-2) count, and Garza pitches out of the windup with the bases loaded. Fastball misses outside. South Grand Prairie contingent didn't like it, but we have a very good view up here, and that absolutely was outside. So 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is lined up the middle. It's a base hit. It's a base hit. Here comes another run home. And Wyatt Eriksen steps on the plate. It's a 2-run single for Bo Rogers. And he'll go down to second on the throw home. He hurt his leg there. It was an awkward trip down to second base for Bo Rogers. You could tell he was in some pain. But just a huge 2-run single for Bo Rogers on a 1-2 pitch. So let's repaint the picture. Mustangs lead it 3-1 now. And Jackson Weiss will come on to bat for Wahlberg. Pinch hitting role here. with runners at second and third. 3-1 Mustangs looking to add more. Clutch hit from Bo Rogers. 3 for 4 on the day. Huge hit from Bo Rogers. Jackson Weiss up there now. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. 0-1. One deliveries a curveball, fouled back. 0-2. Pitch is taken for strike 3. So the Mustangs now lead it 3-1, and Ben Kessler calls for the Mustang contingent to get up off their seats and cheer, and they do. So the Mustangs lead it 3-1 after 5.5. We'll be right back. Welcome back to South Grand Prairie High School. John Brewer and Randy Edwards. FridayNightGlory.com bringing you a first-round playoff matchup. 8-6A versus 7-6A. 2-seed versus 3-seed matchup between J.J. Pearce and South Grand Prairie. The Mustangs have scored 3 unanswered runs to take a 3-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters for South Grand Prairie. Tyler McShane leads it off. Fly ball to right field. Greenwell gives chase and makes a wonderful running catch toward the line. What a catch by the sophomore, Hunter Greenwell. Wow, the Mustang pitching and defense today has just been fantastic, and they are 5 outs away from an area-round matchup with the South Lake Dragons. Tony Garza, the third baseman, comes to bat and fouls one off. Jed Arrington gives chase but can't quite catch up with it. 0-1 to Garza. Mustangs having to navigate the meat of the Warrior lineup here in the next few batters. And Landry is outside with a sidearm fastball, 1-1. One pitch is down, 2-1. Nobody warming up for the Mustangs. Drew Landry has gone all the way. The junior righty has done a fantastic job to this point. Just off the outside corner with a fastball, 3-1 to Garza. Three-one pitch is down, and Garza's aboard with a one-out walk. That'll bring up the first baseman, Cole Crotchmer.
courtesy running. Number 14, DJ Jenkins.
DJ Jenkins will come on to run for Garza. Jenkins, a smaller, speedier version of base runner. First pitch from Landry is off the outside edge, ball one. One 0 delivery is fouled back. Kretschmer has reached base both times in Game 2 here. Game 2 today, I should say. Game 3 overall. Singled in the second, came around to score the Warriors' only run today, and then walked in the fourth but was stranded. Fastball just off the outside edge, 2-1. One pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit. Runner will have to hold at second. But Cole Kretschmer continues some good work at the plate today for the Warriors. This is a very good South Grand Prairie baseball team with a coach that has a lot of skins on the wall, and you can tell they're well coached. And it looks as though Coach Rumfield may ask for the baseball from Drew Landry. Not sure, though. We'll see. Jed Arrington and Wyatt Eriksen are keeping their arms warm right now in the infield. Nope, they're going to leave Drew Landry in. So one down, runners at first and second. Landry has pitched very well today. So not terribly surprising that they leave him in. I just thought for a moment as Eriksen was keeping his arm warm with Arrington that they may possibly bring Wyatt in. They've talked about doing that here late in the season, but we haven't actually seen him but once. First offering to the third baseman, Josh Stephen, is a ball. Now a chop foul at the plate. 1-1. Big moment in this ballgame. I guess they're all big now for both these teams as the winner advances to play Southlake in the area round. Loser goes home. 1-1 pitch is a fastball outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch, fastball outside, 3-1. Three-one pitch is flown down the line and left. Long run for Stokes. Can't catch up with it, but it's foul. So a nice shot off the bat of Josh Stephen. Way down the line and left. Not too far in front of the fence down there, but it was clear that it was going to go a little bit foul. Question was, would Sutton Stokes catch up with that? Couldn't quite get there. So it's a full count with two aboard here. Swing and a miss! He got Josh Stephen. Nice pitch by Drew Landry. So 2 down and 2 on. That'll bring up the catcher, Duke, or Jackson Duke, I should say. I was about to say Duke Jackson. He's got those names that either one of them could be a first name or a last name. But it is indeed Jackson Duke, the catcher for South Grand Prairie. Fastball strike from Landry on the outside corner. 0-1. The one pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Bo Rogers to keep those runners at first and second. It's plays like that that come up huge. You don't want the tie run at second base right here if you're J.J. Pearce. 1-1 count to Duke. So Drew Landry with the big punch out of Josh Stephen, now trying to finish the Warriors off here in the sixth. It's a high fly ball to right field. Hunter Greenwell has a beat on it and makes the catch. The Mustangs are now just 3 outs away from reaching the area round. They lead it 3-1. We'll be back with the 7th and likely final inning of this one. 3-1 J.J. Pearce. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the campus of South Grand Prairie. We head to the 7th inning. Mustangs lead the 3rd and decisive game in this first round playoff series 3-1. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for J.J. Pearce. Sophomore Jet Eriksen will lead it off. Eriksen has reached base in 2 of his 3 plate appearances today. First ball swinging into the hole. Backhanded. Long throw. What a play! Eriksen has some speed, and he got down the line, but just a fantastic play by Tyler McShane at shortstop. Boy, this Warrior defense, it just seems like it doesn't matter who's playing first, second, third, or short. They're all darn good, and that was a fantastic play by McShane. And now head coach Brock Rumfield wants a word with the first base umpire, and he is appealing the call. And now the first base umpire will come home to have a visit with the home plate umpire. Do not believe this is going to go the Mustangs' way, but who knows? And they quickly rule out. Close play at first, and the first baseman, and by the way, Cole Crotchmer has come on to pitch, the first baseman for South Grand Prairie in every defensive inning until this one, has come on to pitch for South Grand Prairie. Don't know who's at first, but they had to stretch big time to make a nice play there. So 1 down, nobody aboard. And it is an 0-1 count to Jordan Rosenblum, who will pinch hit. for Preston Vincent here. 0-1 count to Rosenblum. Fastball is outside, 1-1. One count to Rosenblum. Curveball stays outside. Jackson Duke tried to frame that one up, but home plate umpire was on to him. 2-1 count to Rosenblum. Nicholas Burlbaugh on deck for the Mustangs. 2-1 pitch is fouled off. So, folks, we have seen some fantastic pitching and defense in this series. Two good ball clubs. 2-2 pitch is a curveball, and it is chopped foul by Rosenblum. Two pitch is a fastball strike. Caught Rosenblum looking. So 2 down and nobody aboard for Nicholas Burlbaugh. So 7 strikeouts by Warrior pitching today, and Nicholas Burlbaugh will step in. Check, swing, strike. A 1 pitch is a curveball that stays up and away. 1-1. One pitch is grounded to short. McShane, it's off his glove, and he'll have no play. Well, I jinxed him. That's an E6, but in no way do I retract my statement. This has been a fantastically played game on defense by both teams. We'll see if the 2-out E6 amounts to anything. That'll bring up Hunter Greenwell, who has singled in his last 2 trips to the plate. He'll face Crotchmer here in a lefty-lefty matchup. Crotchmer's initial delivery is a curveball outside. Gets away from Jackson Duke, but out in front of the plate, and no chance for Burlbaugh to move up. 1-0 to Greenwell. Curveball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Crotchmer throws over to Garza, who is now at first base. Man, these Warrior infielders just seem interchangeable. Garza has done good work for them at third. He's over at first now. McShane has played in the outfield and the infield. Josh Stephen pitches, plays short, plays third. Crotchmer misses with a curveball, 2-1. One pitch, fastball outside, 3-1. Top of the order in Sutton Stokes on deck. Stokes 1 for 3 with a walk today, hoping for a chance here. 3-1 to Greenwell. Chopper over the pitcher's head, but an easy play for Tyler McShane, who scoops it up about 5 feet from second base and steps on it for the fielder's choice. So last chance for the Warriors coming up. They trail it 3-1. We'll be right back.
Now batting number 5, Alex Guerrero.
Welcome back, folks. Last chance for the South Grand Prairie Warriors. They trail it 3-1. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Drew Landry, the junior righty, has gone all the way for the Mustangs. He deals fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. 1-1. Top of the order has given the Mustangs fits in this series. However, they have been kept relatively in check in this game. And a line shot just foul down the first baseline, and by foul I mean by a foot or less. That was 10 kinds of trouble. That would have rattled down in the corner and been extra bases for sure. But it amounts to a line drive strike. So 1-2 to Guerrero. He'll be followed by the right fielder Colton Wilburn and second baseman Mike Gonzalez if Coach Sonato does not choose to pinch hit. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. One defensive change for the Mustangs. Gavin Gold has replaced Preston Vincent at second base. Everything else stays the same for the Mustangs here in the 7th. High fly ball to the outfield. Hunter Greenwell coming in, now running faster and faster. And Gavin Gold and Greenwell run into each other and the ball drops. So miscommunication between Greenwell and Gold. The ball drops. We'll call that a base hit. And folks, the wind absolutely played a role in that one. Greenwell felt like he had it all along, but you could tell by his pace that he was getting increasingly uncomfortable. Gold drifted out there, but they miscommunicated. Gold and Greenwell offered at the ball, and the ball and Gold and Greenwell all collided at the same time. The ball drops, and the Warriors have a leadoff base runner. So the right fielder Colton Wilburn is up now, and it's a fastball inside, 1-0. 1-0 delivery is a fastball right down Broadway, 1-1. Landry took a little off that one and put it right where he wanted to. 1-1 to Wilburn. Fastball inside, 2-1. One pitch from Landry is offered at and fouled back behind third base just by a little bit. Warrior hitters flirting with those baselines. So 2-2 count. Nobody out. Runner on first. Mustangs trying to shut the Warriors down and advance to the area round. Warriors have other designs. Colton Wilburn at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Fastball just low. And the Mustang contingent upset with that call. Catcher Bo Rogers having a word with the home plate umpire there. He thought for certain that was a strike. But it is a full count now. So 3-2 pitch. And almost hits him. So it's a walk. Making that miscommunication between Gold and Greenwell even bigger now as the tie run is aboard here with nobody out, and Coach Rumfield will come out to visit with Drew Landry. Second baseman Michael Gonzalez is scheduled to hit here. We'll see what happens. Drew Landry's day is finished, and what a performance by Drew Landry. Just an unbelievable job by the junior righty, giving his team a chance to win today. He leaves with a 3-1 lead, but 2 runners aboard. And indeed, it will be the senior Wyatt Eriksen coming on to pitch for the Mustangs. We'll keep it right here, folks. Wyatt Eriksen has only had 1 pitching appearance this year. And as I've said a couple of times, 2 years ago you would have figured he might have been the ace of this staff, but developed some problems whenever he pitched. He had inflammation in his elbow and just all kinds of problems, and so they made the decision to save his arm and keep him at shortstop, where he has been absolutely critical. Of course, captain of this J.J. Pearce team. There's been some talk about him possibly pitching in a moment like this, and indeed that moment has arrived, folks. And Eriksen, I believe, has 1 inning pitched this entire season. If I'm off, I'm not off by much. He's thrown a couple of bullpens in the past few weeks. They've talked about doing this, as I said, and the time is here. So nobody out, 2 aboard for South Grand Prairie, and senior Wyatt Eriksen, the hero of yesterday, will come up to face Mike Gonzalez. It will remain Stokes in left, Wahlberg in center, Greenwell in right, Burlbaugh at first. Looks like we have a new second baseman now. I believe that is Bradley Livingston, but I'll confirm in just a moment. Jet Arrington has moved to shortstop, and Gavin Gold is at third. So lots of shuffling around here by the Mustangs, and Coach Rumfield is standing with the home plate umpire explaining all of these changes. That might be Zach Brickard, actually, at second base. I believe it is. So my mistake. I thought that might have been Livingston, but it's Zach Brickard at second. So Coach Rumfield opting for some speed here in the infield. South Grand Prairie fans starting to boo how long it is taking here. And Coach Rumfield and the home plate umpire have reconvened. Apparently there was some confusion. And as I mentioned, it has gotten chippy between the two fan bases here. Of course, a lot on the line for both of these schools. A trip to the area round to face the South Lake Dragons on the line. Head coach Art Sonato is out of the dugout now and standing a respectful distance from Coach Rumfield and the home plate umpire, but clearly wanting to know what is taking so long. Very understandable under the circumstances. So now the home plate umpire will explain what just happened to head coach Art Sonato. It's a quick conversation. Sonato nods his head and jogs back to the third base coaching box. Looks like we're about to get back to baseball, folks, after a pretty lengthy break. Big moment, and Michael Gins out to first in the third inning and grounded out to the pitcher in the fifth inning. Big moment here for him. 2 aboard, nobody out. 0-1 pitch. It's a bunt. Eriksen fields. Thought about third, threw it to first, and it's Zach Brickard covering. And a nice play. Brickard had to catch that on the run at first. And a nice throw by Wyatt Eriksen, who obviously took a little bit off his throw to give Brickard time to make it to first base. So a fantastic play. It looked like Eriksen might have had a chance to get the lead runner there, but he saw something he didn't like and decided to throw it to the second baseman covering. So 1 down, the runners move up. It'll be a sacrifice bunt there, and back to the top of the order in Garrett Williams. So the tie run is at second base now. Curveball is in the dirt, ball 1. Oh pitch is fouled off. 1-1. Three to 1 Mustangs. 1 out. Runners at second and third. So obviously tie run at second base. 1-1 pitch is a curveball that misses. 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Eriksen, just off the corner. 3-1. First base is open, and Garrett Williams, as I mentioned, has been very solid. 6 hits in this series. Actually make it 7. 3-1 pitch is flown to center field. Wahlberg back, gloves it. The runner from third will tag and score. That was Keodrick Young, who came in on the sacrifice fly. But a huge second out for the Mustangs, as Burke Wahlberg gloves that one and straight away center field. So the Mustangs 1 out away, but the tie run remains at second base. 3-2 now. Eriksen versus Tyler McShane. McShane 0 for 3 today, but wreaked all kinds of havoc in the first 2 games of this series. Curveball from Eriksen, strike. Eriksen. A 1 pitch is a curveball under the glove of Gavin Gold. Here's the throw home from Stokes to Rogers. They got him! They got him at the plate! And now the home plate umpire. Bo Rogers, the throw beat the runner. Rogers appeared to tag him. Somehow the umpire ruled the runner. Wow, this is just the most unbelievable thing. A very calm, cool, and collected Brock Rumfield is very upset right now, and I don't blame him one bit. Let me repaint the picture. Base hit to left. Stokes comes up with the throw. The throw beats the runner. Rogers appeared to apply the tag. The runner ran about 20 feet past. Noticing this, went back to home. Are going to confirm a call of safe. Wow, what a ridiculously tough break for the Mustangs. So apparently the Mustangs are tied now with the... Either way, this might not be a safe place to try to exit a stadium whenever this ball game is over. Both teams, both fan bases, extremely animated here. Meeting of all four umpires right now. McShane made his way all the way over to third base while all the commotion was going on, and that might be what they're talking about. I believe that they've already ruled the runner safe at the plate, so I think they're talking about where McShane can be, and they're going to leave him at third base. So an unbelievable break for the South Grand Prairie Warriors. Wow. Lots of shouting and confusion and tempers. Crazy game, folks. We are tied now. The winning run is 90 feet away. It's Eriksen versus Garza. First pitch, curveball, fouled off. Mustangs now playing for extra innings. South Grand Prairie trying to walk it off right here. Fastball gets away from Rogers, but not far enough for McShane to do anything. So 1-1 count to Garza. One pitch is a curveball lined into right, and it is caught by Hunter Greenwell. So this game will continue. We head to extras, folks, in the craziest game. I thought Friday night's game was the craziest, but this might be even more crazy. So 3-3, the Warriors tie it here in the 7th by pushing 2 across. We'll take a break and we'll be back with extras in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. Another crazy one here in Mustang Land. John Brewer and Randy Edwards bringing it to you on FridayNightGlory.com. We're aware there's a problem. We're working hard on it right now. It'll be the top of the order in Sutton Stokes batting. He'll face Cole Crotchmer, who remains on the hill for South Grand Prairie. Well, folks, here we go. Extra inning baseball. J.J. Pearce 3, South Grand Prairie 3. Cole Crotchmer on the mound to face the top of the order in Sutton Stokes here. In a hotly contested game. Home plate umpire under some fire here. Not for ball strikes calls, although there has been a little bit of that. Ball 1 to Stokes. By a cloud now, so actually a little cool at the ballpark. 0-1 pitch is skied into shallow center. The center fielder, Benny Emmons, comes in and makes the catch. So one down.
Batting number 8, Ben Kiesler.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ben Kessler. Bo Rogers is on deck. Of course, he had that 2 RBI single that was so critical in this ball game. Still is. 1 out, 1 on. Kessler with a hot shot down to third. Garza recovers, throws to second, back to first. Not in time, so nice play by Garza on a sharply hit ball by Kessler. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Kessler. Stokes is eliminated. 2 outs, runner at first. That'll bring up Bo Rogers. Rogers 3 for 4 on the day, swinging a hot bat. Fastball low, 1-0. Pitch is a fastball high and outside, 2-0. Pitch is a fastball strike. One delivery is on the shoes of Rogers. Snap throw down to that the second baseman, Michael Gonzalez. Book, but what a clutch hit again from Bo Rogers. And that will bring Burke Wahlberg up, and a curveball from Crotchmer is a strike on the outside corner. What clutch play all the way around by this Mustang squad. They've been doing it all year. They do it again here today. I'm pausing just a moment. Just incredible. 0-1. Wahlberg swings and misses. 0-2. Handle up on my scorebook, but what a clutch hit again from Bo Rogers. 0-2 pitch, Curveball strike caught Wahlberg looking.
That will bring Burke Wahlberg up.
So that'll do it for the Mustangs in the top of the 8th. But Bo Rogers does it again, folks.
All the way around.
This time with a double into the gap in right center. I'm sorry, a triple into the gap in right center. He comes home on the errant throw to third. The Mustangs lead at 5-3. I earlier referred to the Warriors having a last chance. It turns out that wasn't their last chance. They will have another last chance here in just a moment. 5-3 Mustangs. We'll be right back. Welcome back to South Grand. One-0 pitch is lined past the diving glove of Nicholas Burlbaugh into right field. It's a base hit. So a leadoff base hit by Cole Crotchmer. DJ Jenkins will again come in to run for him.
Courtesy runner, number 14, DJ Jenkins.
And that'll bring up the third baseman, Josh Stephen. Fastball strike from Eriksen. Oh and 1. Infield remains the same as it was last inning. Gold at third, Arrington at short, Brickard at second. Curveball misses. Now the second base umpire calls a balk on the pitcher Wyatt Eriksen. Not sure what happened there, but he called a balk. So there's no pitch there. It's 0-1. DJ Jenkins now at second base. Fastball fouled back by Stephen. 0-2. Eriksen at the belt. Delivers curveball. A lazy liner into center that finds the perfect spot. And it's a base hit, so much so that the shortstop, Arrington, was able to catch it after one hop. Just found the perfect spot out there. So runners at the corners now with nobody out. Say what you will about the calls of the home plate umpire, but these are two solid baseball teams who have had plenty of opportunities to go into a shell and tank. Neither have done so. This has been a fantastic ball game, and the tie run is now aboard at first base in Josh Stephen. So Eriksen will face the catcher, Jackson Duke, here with nobody out. And runners at first and third. It's a bunt attempt, and it's fouled back. 0-1. Eriksen is athletic and has a live arm, obviously, regularly the shortstop. So he is perfectly fit to hop off that mound and make a nice play in the event that Jackson Duke lays one down. 0-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. Eriksen reaching down for that one and blowing it by Jackson Duke. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off. And here comes the sun again, after being obscured for a little bit. So the fielder's having to get used to the shadows, then the sun, then the shadows, then the sun. 0-2 pitch to Duke is a curveball, and he just gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Delivery. Fastball high. 1-2. One-two pitch. Strike three! Caught the outside corner. What a pitch by Eriksen. And a huge punch out for the senior. That'll bring up the first baseman, Alec Guerrero. Started this game as the DH and moved to first when Crotchmer went to the mound. Singled his last time up. He's 2 for 3 today, and Eriksen takes a little off, and Guerrero is out in front. 0-1. A 1 pitch, just off the outside corner, 1-1. In fact, Guerrero singled to lead off the 7th inning and came around to score the second run. Eventually, the tie run would be scored. Curveball is lifted foul. For someone who hasn't pitched much, Eriksen does appear to be very comfortable spotting his fastball and his curveball right now. Good control. Looks like he's been pitching all year. One-two count to Guerrero. Eriksen at the belt. Deals. Fastball low. 2-2. The wind's still blowing in pretty briskly from the outfield. Now Eriksen steps off the rubber to gather. Runners at the corners, 1 down. 2-2 count to Guerrero. Comes the pitch. Swung on and missed! And Eriksen fist pumps in elation. And the Mustangs are 1 out away from a trip to the area round to face the South Lake Dragons. It'll be the 8-hitter, Colton Wilburn, the right fielder, who will try to keep the South Grand Prairie season alive. Eriksen still working from the stretch, is high with a fastball. 1-0. back-to-back strikeouts for Eriksen, a kid who hasn't pitched much at all this year. That after runners at the corners. Clutch pitching by Eriksen here. Fastball high and in, 2-0. Tie run at first base. Colton Wilburn at the plate. 2-0 pitch is right down Broadway. 2-1. Two-one delivery is a fastball swung on and missed. The Mustangs are one strike away from advancing to the area round. Can Eriksen strike out the side and send the Mustangs into the area round? 2-2 pitch to Wilburn. It's a fastball high to fill the count. This has been anything but boring today, folks. Two solid schools going at each other here in the first round. A shame that one of them will have to pack their bags here soon. Both have played well. Payoff pitch. Strike three, looking! Wyatt Eriksen has come in to strike out the side. He hits a three-run bomb in walk-off style to win game one. He strikes the side out in the bottom of the eighth to win this one for the Mustangs, and they advance to the area round of the playoffs to face the South Lake Carroll Dragons. Thanks for joining us here on FridayNightGlory.com. The Mustangs victorious here at South Grand Prairie today. They get the second of the two games played today, the third and decisive game. They win it 5-3 off the bat of Bo Rogers and off the right arm of Wyatt Eriksen. John Brewer and Randy Edwards for FridayNightGlory.com asking you to join us next week as the Mustangs hook it up with the South Lake Dragons in the area round. Final here today, Mustangs 5, Warriors 3. Good afternoon, everybody.